Frank Nitti was an Italian-American organized crime figure based in Chicago. Bodyguard of Al Capone, Nitti was in charge of all money flowing through the operation. Nitti later succeeded Capone as acting boss of the Chicago outfit. Under Notorious' successor, Al Capone, Nitti's reputation soared. Nitti ran Capone's liquor smuggling and distribution operation, importing whiskey from Canada and selling it through a network of speakeasies around Chicago. Nitti was one of Capone's top lieutenants, trusted for his leadership skills and business acumen. Because Nitti's ancestry was from the same town as Capone's, he could help Capone penetrate the Sicilian and Camorra underworld in a way Capone alone never could. Capone thought so highly of Nitti that when he went to prison in 1929, he named Nitti as a member of a triumvirate that ran the mob in his place. Nitti was head of operations, with Jake Guzik as head of administration and Tony Accardo as head of enforcement. Despite his nickname, the Enforcer, Nitti used mafia soldiers and others to commit violence rather than do it himself. In earlier days, Nitti had been one of Capone's trusted personal bodyguards. Still, as he rose in the organization, Nitti's business instinct dictated that he must personally avoid the dirty work for which hitmen were paid. While some revisionist historians claimed that Nitti was a mere front boss while Paul Ricco was the actual boss of the Chicago outfit, both contemporary and modern accounts confirmed that Capone's successor was indeed Nitti. According to Nitti biographer Marza Gigian, Nitti's age, brilliance, and reputation in the underworld made him Capone's personal choice for successor, rather than younger, less experienced mobsters such as Ricca or Murray Humphreys. In actuality, Ricca was merely the acting boss of the Chicago outfit for 6 months between Capone's October 1931 imprisonment and Nitti's March 1932 release. With the recently released Nitti paranoid about violating his federal parole, Ricca was acting in the capacity of emissary that same month when he was arrested with Lucky Luciano, Meyer Lansky, and other mobsters by Chicago police and prominently photographed. This picture caused some to incorrectly conclude that Ricca was the new boss of the Chicago mob. With Nitti calling the shots, the Chicago outfit branched out from prostitution and gambling into other areas, including control of labor unions. On December 19, 1932, a team of Chicago police, headed by Detective Sergeants Harry Lang and Harry Miller, raided Nitti's office in Chicago. Lang shot Nitti 3 times in the back and neck. He then shot himself to make the shooting look like self-defense, claiming that Nitti had shot him first. Court testimony later insisted that the murder attempt was personally ordered by newly elected Chicago Mayor Anton Cermak, who supposedly wanted to eliminate the Chicago outfit in favor of gangsters who answered to him. Nitti survived the shooting and in February 1933 was acquitted of attempted murder. During that same trial, Miller testified that Lang received $15,000 equal to $362,000 today to kill Nitti. Another uniformed officer at the shooting testified that Nitti was shot while unarmed. Harry Lang and Harry Miller were both fired from the police force and each fined $100 for simple assault. 2 months later, Cermak was shot and killed by Giuseppe Zangaro while he was talking to President-elect Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt was Zangaro's target but was missed. A conspiracy theory emerged sometime before 1999, originating in Chicago, asserting that Zangaro was a hired killer working for Nitti. John William Toohey, author of numerous books on organized crime in Chicago, after reviewing Secret Service records, described in detail in a 2002 article his interpretation of how and why Cermak was the real target and the relationship of the shooting to the rampant gang violence in Chicago. The theory is enhanced by numerous researchers, citing their analysis of court testimony, asserting that Cermak had directed an assassination attempt on Nitti fewer than 3 months earlier. In 1943, many top members of the Chicago outfit were indicted for extorting the Hollywood film industry. The outfit was accused of trying to extort money from some of the largest movie studios, including Columbia Pictures, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, Paramount Pictures, RKO Pictures, and 20th Century Fox. The studios had cooperated with the outfit to avoid union trouble. At a meeting of outfit leaders at Nitti's home, Ricca blamed Nitti for the indictments. Ricca said that since this had been Nitti's scheme and that of the FBI informant, one of Nitti's trusted associates, Nitti should go to prison. A severe claustrophobe due to his first prison term, Nitti dreaded the idea of another prison confinement. It was also rumored that he was suffering from terminal cancer at this time. He ultimately decided to take his own life for these or possibly other reasons. The day before his scheduled grand jury appearance, Nitti had breakfast with his wife in their home at 712 Selborne Road in Riverside, Illinois. When his wife was leaving for church, Nitti told her he planned to take a walk. Then he began to drink heavily. He then loaded a .32 caliber revolver, put it in his coat pocket, and walked 5 blocks to a local railroad yard where conductor and switchman were riding in the caboose, backing their train slowly southward over an ungated Cermak Road in North Riverside. The workers spotted an oblivious Nitti walking on the track away from them and shouted a warning. Nitti walked off the tracks, staggering towards the fence. 3 shots rang out. The workers thought Nitti was shooting at them but then realized he was trying to shoot himself in the head. The final, fatal bullet entered behind Nitti's right ear and lodged in the top of his skull. Police Chief Allen Rose of North Riverside, rushing to the scene with a sergeant and several beat patrolmen, recognized Nitti immediately. An autopsy by William McNally, coroner's toxicologist, showed that Nitti's blood alcohol level was 0.23. A coroner's jury ruled the following day that Nitti committed suicide while temporarily insane and in a despondent frame of mind. Frank Nitti died on March 19, 1943, at the age of 57. Nitti is buried at Mount Carmel Cemetery in Hillside, Illinois.